Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line, Ludacris.
What up? What up? Fresh off of my Acura coming off your car show. Man.
That's
How you
right.
feel?
Well, thank you again. If you don't know, Luda gave me, I called Luda. I said, I need a car for the car show. He said, how many you need? I just said, I just want that Acura Legend for my paid in full section so people could see it. And people were so excited. They took a zillion pictures. So I want to say thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. All good, man. I've had that car now like 2 decades, man. I don't know if you looked at the odometer, but that thing said over 252,000 miles on it.
But
now,
the
how many
still
cars
drives.
you get in your car show that have that many miles?
But
Yes.
it still drives well. I drove it from the hotel to the car show, and it drives still good. No problems. You wouldn't even know it had 250,000 miles on it.
100%, man. That's why you gotta love things like that, man. There are things that you have temporarily in your life, and then there's things that you have for your whole life.
Now,
That's one of those things that's a staple in my life, man. So had that before the deal, before the commercial success, and I'm just gonna ride it literally till the wheels fall off. So it's one of those things.
now, are you a hoarder, Luda, or is that just the one thing you holding on to because it has so much sentimental value? Are you a hoarder?
Man, such a great question, man. My wife will tell you I am the worst when it comes to hoarding, and not to brag and just saying that, I have this dual citizenship and we just bought this home in Africa. But the good thing about me being a hoarder is my wife's family, she still lives, they still live in Africa. So we have these containers, and everything that I hoard that I don't use, we put on this container that goes across the water. And I give it to everybody in Africa who's going to appreciate it, so much more than any family members or anybody I could give here in the United States of America. But to answer your question, I am the worst hoarder of all. Trust.
Wow.
Now, Luda, are you still finding stuff on your property? Now, when we reported this story, when Yee said it, she didn't say who it was. And at first, we both like, that's Cap.
Cap?
And then when she said it's Luda, I said that's possible. So how are you finding a tennis court on your property? Like, you didn't walk the property? Like, break that down, brother.
Nah, whoever was interviewing me at the time, it was definitely a joke. Like, I knew there was a tennis court on the property. But yes, there are still things that I am finding on the property because, like I said in the record, man, like the 22 acres, I have 22 acres. So a lot of times you'll just find stuff, man. And I don't even use this room. This is the library. I don't even know if y'all see books in here. I just found this room in my house. So I just decided to get on the virtual Zoom with y'all in here. I ain't been in here in years. It's a beautiful thing. So yes, I do still find things on my property, but the tennis court I always knew was here. It was just rotten and I had to do it over again. Like I said in the record, I said tennis court rotten, so I'm waiting on Serena. I don't know about a lot of other rappers, but when you hear my music, I'm speaking the truth, bro. It's like, it's real.
Do you play tennis?
I just started to that point. So my daughters, they play more tennis than me, man. That they're learning more than I do. I don't know how to keep score. I don't know how to do none of that. I'm just now understanding how to hit the damn tennis ball back and forth. So I'm gonna get there. That's the thing about my property. Anything that I don't use or haven't used, I'm making it a point to make sure that I'm able to utilize everything on this property to the fullest of its extent before I leave this earth.
What part of Africa you got a crib in?
Gabon, man. Gabon, Africa. That's where the wife is from.
And so do you have dual citizenship or you just bought a crib over there?
I have dual citizenship, man. You can look on the net. I think it was 2 years ago, the year of the return. As you know, I was in Ghana. We went to Gabon and they gave me citizenship. So, it's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. That's part of the reason that we already starting by shipping these containers over there. And, I humbly speaking do a lot here with my foundation, but now that the channel is open for me to even do more over there, that's where I'm concentrated and trying to make sure I make a difference.
No, that's smart because I think we're gonna have to get up out of America in the next probably 5 to 10. So that's smart.
It's good to have the choice. It's good to have that choice, man. But I agree with you. It's a lot going on, man.
And we should have started off by saying congratulations on the new baby also.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that makes 4 daughters.
Yes.
4 daughters.
That's a blessing. What a blessing.
It is, man. I'm gonna be well taken care of when I get older.
A girl's
sons,
day.
they decide whether or not they want to take care of you. Your daughter's always gonna be there for you. So I feel good about it. I've accepted this responsibility of just being a girl dad at this point. You know what I mean? It's not much I could do.
Have you accepted the fact that you used to be a hoe in a past life? Now I'm speaking from experience. because I have 3 girls myself. You know what I mean? So I accepted you know, hey, I was a hoe in a past life. It is what it is.
Man, listen, I've 100% accepted that. Of course, I got songs about it, you know what I mean? And I still perform these songs, so it's all reality. But, you know, the crazy thing is when people come up and tell me, oh, you know, that's your karma, that's what you get, you got all girls. And it's starting to not make sense because I know a bunch of guys that were way more whores than I were, and they got sons. So explain that to me.
Word.
It has nothing to do with that at this point.
Word.
Are you going to go for the boy? Are you going to keep going?
You know what? I might, man. I might.
There you
Because
go.
my oldest just started at Spelman, man. So I have an adult. So I have 3 girls. Really 3 younger girls. And then I have one she's on her way, man. She's doing great.
Let's
great,
go.
great,
5 girls. Let's do it.
Why you gonna put that on me?
Right.
Come on now. Damn.
Now, we did want to talk about this campaign that you have going on with Jif. So can we get into that a little bit?
Absolutely. So the one thing, I mean, after 2 decades in the music industry, I'll be honest in saying that whenever I do partnerships or, you know, endorsements of such, everything that I want to do has to be a part of my everyday lifestyle. And, you know, the one thing that I do, a lot of people don't notice, every single day, we all have that one thing that we all probably eat every single day and you never get tired of it. And for me, it's peanut butter. I've been eating Jif peanut butter since I was a kid. So when they approached me about this campaign, I was like, absolutely. You know, I just got off Men's Health for the first time, which was a major accomplishment for me. Protein is the major thing in my life and making sure you get healthy fats and all that. So my go-to is always peanut butter. So yeah, I was happy when they approached me about this. Matter of fact, I even got a Jif peanut butter chain. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Oh, nice.
This is Ludacris, but what's more ludicrous about it, it has a damn knife on the back.
And has real peanut butter in it. You know what?
That's crazy.
We do a lot of peanut butter juices at the juice bar, by the way. And so those are great meal replacements. And one of our top sellers is with peanut butter, bananas, almond milk, and protein.
That's right. That's mine. That's my protein shake of choice right there.
So-
With Jif, by the way.
Yeah, so people can make that at home too.
100%. Me too. So I put peanut butter in every shake. But yeah, man, that's my go-to. So the whole Jif campaign, the commercial, did y'all see the commercial yet?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just right along the lines of everything that Ludacris does. Dave Myers directed it. He directed my stand-up video and a bunch of other videos for Missy. So it's like my favorite director to work with. And listen, we just had fun, man. If there's anything that is synonymous with Ludacris, it's fun.
You and Gunna also. What's up with that? So how did that happen?
So Gunna, man, we went to Banneker High School, obviously at different times. But College Park, Georgia, where I still live, man, it's all, I've talked to him plenty of times, and it was dope just to merge, you know, the 2 generations together. I think, Charlamagne, I think it was you that was just saying how dope it is when, you know, the generations don't hate on each other, but you come together and have conversation and you come together and you collaborate. Like when you have Hit Boy and Nas coming together and you have so many people, you see what can happen when you combine the best of both worlds. And nowadays it's about experimenting with flows and it's about, you know, just having fun with it. And that's exactly what me and Gunna did. And we have so much in common. And we actually doing some more things together. But that's what's dope. I just want to make sure I lead and tell everybody it's dope to come together and talk about each other's similarities and differences.
Now Luda, with crime at an all-time high across the country, why would you jump out your car, leave your key in the car, and go to the ATM?
That's a great-ass question. And there's nothing I can say about that. You know how we all make mistakes, and I was just coming from the islands, and I was in the islands for a long time. Sometimes you forget where the hell you at. The irony about this entire story, it wasn't even my car. I literally am part of this program called Mercedes-Benz program, and they lend us these cars for 2 years. So it's probably part of the reason I was so careless with it. It wasn't even my vehicle, but I jumped out and I wasn't even like this far away. And before I know it, yes, I left the keys in the car. I did it. I am not afraid to admit that I 100% made that mistake, man, but I'll never make the mistake again. But yeah. Crazy thing is, it wasn't even my car, man.
Did you see them walking up? Did you see them running up, or you had no idea?
No, they have a way of like they duck under, man. I see how it goes down. And that's what I'm saying. I respect the code of the streets. At the end of the day, you just got to chalk it up and just be like, you know what? I gotta be on my P's and Q's, and that's what it is. It's a reminder. So they duck under, and you don't ever see them.
Did you have
That's
to
how
take
it goes down. I used to be young. Hey man, I was young and dumb at one point, so it is what it is.
Did you have to take an Uber home after that? You sitting here with your phone in the car? Because usually when you leave right fast, you leave your phone in the car, you run out right fast.
Nah, man. I called my assistant. He was not far away. And then we got the car back in like an hour. Everything was good. The funny part about this whole story was that I had I think they reported this, but I had my laptop and my iPad in the car. And so they turned off one or two of them, but I was able to find my iPhone and track my stuff. And that's where I went and found it. And the crazy part about the whole story is that where they found my laptop, where I was able to track it to, they found like 20 other stolen items from a bunch of other people in the same spot.
Wow.
So it was because Ludacris' car got stolen that I was able to help recover a bunch of other people's shit. So thank me for being so fearless.
You're like a superhero.
Everybody needs to thank me for it. Yes.
And you know, Luda, you mentioned Hit Boy and Nas. Have you found that young producer who was influenced by Luda's lyrics and, you know, Luda's production and has a beat pack that brings that magic out of you yet?
Man, I'm looking for it, man. I actually worked with Hit Boy before. I would love to holla at him, man. I just been doing so many movie projects, but it's definitely time to dive fully back into music. But, you know, if you want an A&R, just let me know who you think would be the perfect person. Because I definitely want to work with the young producer.
Yeah, because it may not be Hit Boy, but I think, you know, Hit Boy probably grew up listening to Nas, and that sound, those lyrics influenced him. That's why he's able to, you know, capture Nas the way that he is. And I feel like, man, every great rapper has to have somebody out there like that they put that spark in that's just waiting.
I agree 100%, man. And the streets is hungrier, you know, now more than ever. So I just feel like there's so many producers. Maybe some of them we don't know their names yet, but they out here ready to just go. So I'm looking for that. And I'm glad you asked that because, you know, the DMs and everything and then the phone going to start blowing up. Let's make it happen. I was just testing stuff out with this GIF record just because of what they did with the Butter ATL. Next thing you know, they was like, this record is so dope, we might as well throw it on the streaming services. So the Butter ATL, Gunna did a verse. You'll eventually hear that. And like I said, we just having fun, man. I can't wait for people to see this commercial because it debuts today, right after the Breakfast Club. So 10 a.m. today.
And I'm glad they did the commercial the way that they did it because I want you to talk about the importance of visuals because it's amazing to me that with the Ludas and the Busters and the Missies, a lot of young rappers still don't understand the importance of visuals. And when you see rappers like DaBaby do it, you see the impact that it has.
Yeah. Man, visuals is important, man, but it was one of those things where I was telling y'all, I think before, you know, some people are like, why don't they think I get the lyrical credit I do? So it could be a gift and a curse because one time Jay-Z said, I don't think you get the lyrical credit because your visuals are so crazy. So sometimes it's over the top that people don't pay attention so much to your lyrics because you're such a dope artist and a dope MC. But on the other hand, like you said, it can make for a time frame where everybody is like, I love Ludacris videos. I love how much fun he has. I love the special effects. So, you know, for me, I love the special effects. And like you said, it's important, but a lot of artists, it's certain budgets that come with that. You know, some people might not have the budget or can't afford how much it costs to, as you see in the commercial, my hair going from braids to afro and things like that. That shit ain't cheap. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways.
Now, you were talking about the movies that you've been working on and all the film projects. I see you had a chance to work with Queen Latifah. So can you tell us about that movie, End of the Road?
Yeah, End of the Road is kind of a suspense thriller. It's a Netflix movie. I have been wanting to work with Queen for so long, man. Her and Shaq Kim. And we finally found the right script. And it's really dope. It's kind of reflecting the times of what's going on right now. You know, she's a widowed mother. She's having to move her family across the country. And with a lot of people losing their jobs and just losing money. And I can't really give away the storyline, but it should come out next year, 2022. But it's definitely going to remind you and hit home for a lot of things that's going on during this pandemic with people losing money and then coming up on a lick and deciding on what to do with things like that. So it's really dope. And it's funny because I don't even know what it's rated because we have kids in the movie, but I'm cursing my ass off the whole time, so I don't know what the rating is just yet. But we'll see.
You know, our guy, Little Duval, I think I saw you speak about this, but he said that DaBaby is the Ludacris of this generation. What did you think of that?
Man, I mean, I saw people give him a lot of slack for that, and I was just like, man, that's crazy because I understand where Lil Duval was coming from. You know, in terms of everything we talking about, having fun with your visuals and being playful and being slick with the lyrics and having subliminals, I can understand where he came from with that. But I think people were trying to compare, you know, my 2 decades in the game to, you know, however long DaBaby's been in there for like 2 or 3 years. And, you know, I think he's a great artist. And I've said that before. And I love the fact that he said he was inspired by my videos. And that's kind of like his take on a lot of things that he's done as well. Not only myself, he named a couple artists, but I was one of them. And so he already had paid homage, man. So I wasn't really tripping like that at all.
You always get mad about comparisons when it comes to artists. And it's not even like he made the comparison. Mm-hmm. It was just a random observation. And it never, you know, there'll be people who agree with it. And then there's always a lot of people who are like, oh, that's a terrible comparison.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying, that like they jumped all over him and he didn't even, you know what I mean? He didn't deserve that. He had already paid homage.
You don't get credit for your bars though, Luda.
I appreciate that. Like I said, Jay-Z said the same thing, man. But at the end of the day, man, for me, it's just all about leaving a legacy, which is what I'm trying to do here and doing things that I think are fun. Like I know y'all reported The Karma's World that comes out on Netflix this fall. You know, doing things like that, I feel like all these conversations about rappers and top 10s, I love how strong people's opinions are. But at the end of the day, in a year or two, in 3 years, the list is going to be different. I don't know if y'all realize that or not. It's going to be slightly different. 10 years from now, it's going to be drastically different. Right. 20 years from now, it might not even be the same motherfuckers on the list. It might be those 2 or 3, but let's just be real. So I was just going to say what I'm so concerned about, I don't wrap myself up in all these damn lists. I'm trying to be here for a century or more. I'm trying to do something that's going to last for over 100 years as opposed to having people argue about what's happening over the next 2 years. So we play the long game, bro. But I appreciate the love on the lyrics because that is one thing that, you know, I try to make sure is incorporated when you have the conversation about Ludacris. So there you have it.
How was it working with your daughter on Karma's World? And how excited is she?
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. I cannot wait for y'all to see this, by the way. You know, I was looking, the first amount of episodes dropped this fall. Like I said, I can't say the exact date yet, but working with her is amazing because that's what I feel like we all on this earth for, man, is leaving a legacy for our kids and making sure that they have something that they love to do. And she's interested in theater, she's interested in film, she's interested in television, so it goes right along with what she's trying to do. So we're making it generational wealth.
And you know, even when you talk about these lists, you know, I saw Jamel Hill having this discussion. The list can change, but the list got to change because this generation is actually better. Like, you can't just put people on the list just because they're a new generation. Like, they got to earn their spot on that list.
Right, but depending upon who's having the conversation.
True.
That's the whole point. It's like, it's never just, everyone's always going to have a different opinion. So when you think about the masses never has just one opinion. You're already crossing generations. So my whole thing here is like, why are y'all getting so caught up on these damn lists unless you really care about only how it's going to affect people over the next year? You need to be thinking about what are we doing for decades? That's the type of game I'm on. That's all I'm saying. That's why I don't trip off that.
Now that's true because a 20-year-old is never going to have Rakim on the list.
Thank you. That's my point exactly. Yeah. And all praise is due to Rakim. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So with things like I'm doing with the Karma's World, with what I'm trying to do, you know, as Ludacris continues, it's all about things that's going to like Move Bitch is going to be here for decades. I've realized that now after 2 decades.
Right.
And it's not going anywhere. And I'm humbly speaking, I just love the fact that it's become etched and permanent in culture for years to come, no matter how old you are. And those are the type of impacts that I like to make.
I mean, because it's always going to be somebody you need to tell to move the hell out the way.
Especially in traffic. You just randomly yell it out.
100%. And then that they need to stop putting it on ambulances and police sirens and things of that nature, for sure.
Well, absolutely. The Lovers and Friends Festival, I see the world getting excited for this. This is different. This is a lot of artists. Are you involved in that, or is it you're just performing? Because they took everything with you. Y'all the headliners.
Yeah, we involved in it, man, and Snoop is involved in it too. And to me, it seems too good to be true. I don't want to say. I was looking at this shit like this is too good to be true. So they both the shows sold out. I think that they supposed to be adding a third one, but we'll see. But I'm like, all those artists, y'all know damn well behind the scenes, I'm hoping that this comes together the right way, and I'm feeling it should at this point in stage in life. I'm hoping that everybody is acting accordingly. Everyone is on time. But it seems too good to be true.
Now, Ludacris, now that you can cook, have you been making all kinds of dishes at home?
Listen, I still can't cook. I mean, I might have learned one thing, but that's what I was saying. I was telling Will Packer, I was like, how many people, get renewed for more seasons when you can't cook? But I think, man, it's one of those things where a lot of guys at home, especially during this pandemic, we don't like to admit that we can't cook, but it's almost like we know how to put things together in order to satisfy our stomachs, yes, but we don't truly know how to cook. Like, I'll just throw shit together in a pot, throw some seasonings together, but you don't really know what you're doing.
Right.
So to answer your question, I'm still learning. And that's one of the things that, I've always done a lot of different things in the entertainment industry, but it was interesting to go and do something that I did not know how to do as opposed to something that I'm actually good at.
Are you enjoying it at least? Cooking can be very therapeutic.
I enjoy food. I don't like cooking. That's the whole point. When I'm hungry, I want to eat. I don't want to cook. So I'm enjoying the process of being able to eat different cuisine. That's why I love to travel so much. You know what I mean? And wait till you see what we have in store for them, because I don't know if I can give it away, but it's like different types of cuisine that I already love. But now you really get a deeper dive and understand what seasonings and things that they're putting into these. And I can give one hint away, like, say, for instance, Haitian food, which I would have never in my entire life thought to just want to learn how to cook. But in Haiti, and pray for Haiti and bless Haiti because of what just happened. But a lot of them don't have refrigeration, so they have different ways of having to, sanitize their food and things of that nature. So it's interesting learning these things. I just love culture. I love traveling. So it's not so much just about the cooking aspect. Right. It's about understanding people and how different they do things than we do here in the United States a lot of time.
I feel like food really does bring people together more than anything. Food and music.
Music, yep.
Absolutely. Did y'all see that Anthony Bourdain documentary?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
You got to check that out. There's definitely some life lessons in that.
Now, Luda, let's talk a little more hip hop. Because we had some discussions about the Mount Rushmore of ATL hip-hop.
Yeah.
Who would be on the Mount Rushmore of ATL hip-hop? Keep in mind what Mount Rushmore represents now. This is etched in stone.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So these are the 4 fathers of ATL hip-hop, I guess. Founding fathers.
Founding fathers, man, it's kind of easy for me just because Outkast is 100% going to be on there.
I said
do they count as one, or that's
I think they count as one. One, you take one half of 3K head, one half of Big Boy head, put them together, you count as one. Definitely Outkast. Definitely
Outkast. For me, definitely Goody Mob. For helping pave the way. And the Organized Noise, that's just like 100% hands down. I praise them, because if it wasn't for them, I don't feel like I would be in the position I was in.
But see, I feel like Outkast represents all of that. So when you put Outkast on there, well, go ahead, finish your 4, and I'll tell you why I feel that way.
So that's 2. You got Outkast and Goody Mob.
Outkast, Goody Mob.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put myself on there 100%. They paved the way for me, and then the 4th one, that's a damn good question, man. There's so many artists from Atlanta. Sheesh. Man, I would have to say Jeezy, man. I love Jeezy, man.
See, I got Lil Jon. I got Jermaine Dupri. I got Outkast as 1, and I got T.I. And the reason I say those 4 is because it seems like everything from Atlanta in some form derived from one of those 4 individuals. T.I. is the trap music. Outkast is Dungeon Family, Goody Mob. Jermaine Dupri is the unofficial mayor of Atlanta, and Lil Jon gave you Crunk.
Absolutely. And by the way, I in no way feel any way bad about your list that I'm not on it, or your Mount Rushmore, because of what I just spoke about earlier. So I respect that. And in about 50 years from now, I guarantee I'm going to do something that's going to outlast the conversation of who's on your Mount Rushmore. That's all I'm saying.
True.
But I respect your Mount Rushmore.
Well,
Luda,
we appreciate you for checking in, brother.
Hey, man, thank you for having myself, my afro, and my new Jif commercial, man. Listen, life goes on. Remember, last time we spoke about me being in a commercial was Bill O'Reilly taking me off of a campaign.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Years later,
Yeah.
we back in the commercials, baby.
Hey.
Let's go. We just getting started.
That's right.
All right, it's Ludacris. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Peace, brother.
Hey, man, love y'all, man.
Peace.
Appreciate it.